Hi guys, welcome back to Yaya's Craft House. Today we're going to be making a room box that I've been wanting to make for a while, a walk-in closet. I started with a full sheet of foam board and I measured over 18 inches and cut that, and this is going to be the floor for the closet. Then I measured and cut 2 walls and glued them on, and they are 15 inches tall. I want the closet to come out about 2 inches from the wall, so I started cutting a bunch of strips of foam board that were 2 inches wide. I took the one for the edge and covered it in a tan scrapbook paper, and then I glued it on. I want the walls to be this green color where you can see through the closet, so I started covering the wall with that. And then I took another piece of the 2-inch foam board and covered it in scrapbook paper and glued it on, and then I did the same for the bottom and the top. And then at the top, I created a little shelf. I wasn't too happy. You could kind of see the white on the sides, so I did end up covering that up. Next, I took a wooden dowel rod and cut it down to make a rack for the closet. Then I cut some dividers. I have this big string of battery powered lights, and I decided I wanted to add lights to the closet. So I basically just cut a little hole and stuck the light in from behind. Next, I wanted to build like a little dresser, so using some more of the 2-inch strips that I had cut, I cut them down to create a little dresser shape. I covered them in scrapbook paper and glued them together. I cut the front of the drawers and made sure that they would fit. And I also cut some little support beams to go across the dresser to hold the drawers up. Of course, they got covered in scrapbook paper. Then I measured out how deep the drawers needed to be and went to assembling them. I did not cover the inside of the drawers with scrapbook paper. You're really only going to see the front, so that's all I covered. I realized I didn't like the way the top sat. I wanted the top of the dresser to kind of hang over the edge a little bit. So I did rip it off and get a new piece. I had these little black brads. I'm just going to cut the little heads of the brads off and glue them on for the drawer pulls. I knew I wanted a little like jewelry sunglass organizer on top of the dresser. I cut a piece of foam board that was the same size as the top of the dresser and covered it in scrapbook paper. I cut out some little strips of foam board and measured them around, and then they got covered in scrapbook paper and glued together. And then I knew I wanted it to have a top that could open, and so I cut more strips of the foam board and covered them to create like a lid for the box. Then I used some clear plastic from doll packaging and glued it on the underneath side. This is after I got the lid done and had not attached it yet. I realized that I didn't like the way it looked from the front with the 3 different layers. So I took some more scrapbook paper and covered the front. To attach the lid to the box, I used more scrapbook paper and I glued it to the bottom of the underside of the lid. And then I kind of folded the paper and it was able to kind of wrap around the back of the bottom of the box. Before I glued everything in, I covered the area with the green scrapbook paper. I knew I wanted the organizer to sit kind of up at an angle, and I knew the little jewelry pieces and glasses would not stay. So I initially thought I'll just use the poster putty to attach them. For the sunglasses, I decided to do just a little line of hot glue, and they kind of grip onto that a little bit. Before I glued the organizer on top of the dresser, I went ahead and cut 2 small holes and added lights to it. At this point, I ran out of scrapbook paper and I had to wait till the next day before I could do any more, so I thought we would open some mini brands. I really like this purse. I think it's really cute, but I'm not sure what the long black piece is. If it's meant to be kind of like a tassel and it's just crooked, I am not sure. I was so excited to get the long black boots. I think they're really cute. We also got some little fake fingernail stickers. And we got the little mini fashion belt. Here they are on a curvy. I think they're so cute. They do have a little wiggle room, but I think they still work. And I don't mind them being a little big on a made to move Barbie either. I think they're cute. We got the little rose purse, and at first I couldn't figure out the strap. It is tucked down inside the purse, and it does go longer. We got this little pink hat with roses on it, and we got the rose tennis shoes. I already had these, but that's okay. I think they're really cute. Oh, and we got some more nails too. Here are the shoes on a made to move Barbie, and the purse and the hat. Okay, back to the project. Our little shelf, the little cubby shelf, I wanted it to extend over the dresser. So I measured and cut out all the pieces, covered them in scrapbook paper, and glued them on. Then I decided to move on to the other wall, and I framed it out with foam board covered in scrapbook paper. And I did go ahead and cover the walls in the green scrapbook paper too. I wanted to have a section for shoes, and I created kind of an angled piece of foam board and then a smaller piece in the front so they couldn't fall off, and made this shoe rack. And then I cut and measured the pieces I needed for the other side. I wanted kind of like a little cubby wall system for purses or hats or whatever we wanted to put on it. And they all got covered in scrapbook paper. And then I went back and I tried to put one of the little lights in every single cubby, under the shoe racks, everywhere. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up below and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you back here soon.